Hi, it's Barb and Gabby again. We are up here on the hill underneath the trees where I saw the Squatchlet crashing through up there last week. And I'm going to tell you the story, give you the details of what happened, and then we're going to take a look around here and show you some of the stuff I found up here under the trees. Gabby's a little bit nervous here. She probably has good reason to be. So anyway, this is what happened. One day last week when I was working at the store, there was nobody around. I went around the corner and I found this on the floor. Okay, this is kind of weird. Can you see that? Walking up steep hills will lead you to great happiness. Well, of course, I had to take that as a sign. I figured since I've been out here looking around for Bigfoot stuff, I'm usually moving pretty slow and I'm not really getting much exercise in, so I thought, well, my next day off, I'm going to go up and make the hike up to the top of the hill. And sit up there until the sun's going down and then hike back down, see what we can see, and you know, it'll be good exercise and it's a beautiful view, and it was just good inspiration to get me up there to the top of the hill again. So we came up the steep section instead of taking the logging road, which would be easier. We came up straight up the side of the hill down there and caught up with the trail just below where the hill flattens out. We're about halfway up. And just as we started along the section of trail down there through the trees, right ahead of me here, which would have been this tree right up here, something up in the top of it, it was a big black blur with an arm reaching out. It almost exploded out of that tree and into the next tree. It was probably bigger than me. It was probably the size of a good sized large man. It was definitely a lot bigger than what I saw in the tree in my yard 7 or 8 years ago, but much smaller than what I saw down the hill back in November. So we were right down there through the trees when it came out of the first tree. That was the only time I actually saw it, was between the first two trees. And after that, it was in the second tree. I could see the limbs shaking, the tree swaying. There was one limb that was shaking very violently, like it had hold of it. I don't know if it was nervous or just getting its balance, or it was being intimidating. I'm not sure what that was, but it moved immediately through 4 more trees. Each time it hit a tree, the tree would sway and it would move toward the next tree and it would leap through there. And so I could see each tree swaying and the limbs shaking and then snapping back as it moved out. And then it got over here and it just stopped. I don't know where it went from there. We came back up the trail to the logging road right down here, and right in there I heard a snap and just a faint moan from back up in here. Now this is a really narrow stretch of land here where the road makes a switchback right over there. So see, right up there is the upper part of the logging road, and just right there below us is the lower part. So I've never actually walked through this little stretch here, but I didn't realize it until I did, that from the logging road up there, you can't really see over the edge, so you wouldn't really know what's in here. And I think after I show you what we found in here, I think I'll probably stay away from this little spot because I feel kind of like we're intruding here. So one of the things, there's a trail that kind of comes, stay back, Gabby, from down there, works its way up. You can kind of see right here, there's some different tracks in here. They look, some of them look a little bit like handprints. Some of them are the shorter, narrower footprints, like what I found down along the creek. So I'm pretty sure there was probably 2 of them here. There's another one there where it's just maybe handprint. They're not cloven like an elk hoof would make. So yeah, I think that the one I saw up in the tree was probably the same one that was in my yard 7 or 8 years ago, just a lot bigger now, a lot bigger. And these smaller tracks and handprints that I'm finding in here are probably from a younger one that follows them around. So there were probably at least the 2 here that day. You can see where it's kind of a tangle here. Go down over here, and there's an area that looks like it might have been put together for a place to sleep or nap. Or another little funny tidbit of a story here is when we got to the top of the hill that day, the sun was really low and the shadows were really long, and Gabby was kind of running off the edge of the hill there, and right over the side there was a stump, and her shadow hit it, and she just about jumped right out of her skin. It's cracked me up. And then of course she gives me the look like, don't laugh at me, and she turned around and started heading the same direction, and the shadow hit that stump again, and she jumped all over again, scared the crap out of herself twice. So although it was funny, it goes to show that she saw it too, and she was pretty darn nervous about something black jumping up in front of her. Okay, so I'm not sure how I'm going to get over here. Let's go back down this way. I've come back up here a few more times in the evening after work, and had the camera on and ready. Everything's been quiet. I haven't seen or heard anything. Here's some more of these strange little round cracks that the first time I came up here, some of them were pretty clear. They looked like knuckle marks. Okay, let's go this way. Alright, oh, Gabby just put her foot in it. Okay, how about this? See these sticks kind of laid out there? And then see these tracks kind of go right on up the hill here. At first glance you might think they were elk tracks, but there's no cloven hoof. We got more sticks right here. There isn't even an old break. Piled up over there. And then these tracks kind of just go right on up the hill there. But see this here? Looks like a heel. It's about the same size as those ones that were down along the creek next to the hole with a stick in it. And that I found down along the creek. Now, if you look right over here, something stepped there, broke that, mashed it in. Right in there, it looks like something might have been sleeping down in there. It's a cool little spot here. But the logging road is right up there, but it's kind of high ground right along the edge, so you can't really see down over the side here. Also, the night before last, down along the trail, one of these deep impressions there. Down along the trail there's a new tree that went down the other night, and when I get down here I'm going to go down there and I'll show you that. See, we got mark there, and I have some pictures that I don't know how to put them on YouTube, but they're on Facebook. If you want to look me up, Barbara Shoop on Facebook. I'm the one with the butterfly, and there's some pictures on there that some handprints and footprints and some stick structures. So you're welcome to go there and take a look if you'd like. See, there's just, they're not real definite, but there's some marks here, some tracks here that just don't seem to fit anything that I know of. There's just these holes. They don't go anywhere. They're just maybe from a fist. Something's definitely been through here. Now I looked up in the trees trying to find some broken branches, broken limbs, and I really can't tell. One of those long, skinny, narrow tracks. And where was it? It's right over in here, I think. There was a couple that we found the other night that had pretty good thumb marks, but I'm having trouble finding them now. It was too late to make a movie, but I did get some pictures. The lighting just sucked too much to try and make a video. We got an impression right there. I don't know if you can make that out. Get the tape measure out here. I bet this is about 12 inches, which would fit. Yep, 12 inches, right on the nose. And like another one right here. Oh, here we go. Here's one that still looks like it has a thumb mark in it. Can you see how a hand would fit right in there? It doesn't pick up very well on the camera, but you can almost make out the finger marks right in there. So, yeah, Gabby's sniffing. Yeah, there's a lot of this stuff going through here. A lot of these peculiar tracks in here that nothing is really definite, but considering what I saw up there, I think they mean something. So yeah, it would have been one of these trees right in here where it stopped moving, and I don't know if it just stayed up in there and I couldn't see it, if it moved more quietly into other trees, came down to the ground. I'm not sure where it went. I stabilized the video I made that day, so maybe that'll help a better view of what's in there. Let's go down to the road here.